Thank you. First, I want to ask how many of you here have been growing and growing, but still not getting this fulfilling jump, or where you really, really, really want? And how many of you are ready to do this expansion now? Please raise your hands. Thank you. Thank you. My name is Bisan Dahbour Engan, and welcome to the Expansion Mindset Masterclass. First, I want to acknowledge you all for being here. I believe in a saying that 80% of success is by showing up. So thank you very much. And I do personally believe that time is our real precious commodity. And since we are spending this time together, I would like to tell you a little bit more about me and why I'm here and why mindset. So I'm a mindset coach. I'm also a venture developer and working within a sustainable investment. But my work in sustainable investment has been around 10 years, and there is a backstage scenario that has been hidden only for the last 3 years that I showed up within it, which is the mindset work. I need to go back to very, very, very teenage time when I was 13, back in Jordan, in a very humble place in Amman, where one of my family friends, he had a supermarket. I bought something there, and he gave me an audio book about The Secret, if you're familiar with. And that was my very, very first introduction to the world of personal development. I was really, really fascinated. And then I learned about the belief systems and how to believe. So for so many backgrounds, I thought to focus about the beliefs from a religion perspective. So I was raised up in a Christian school with a Muslim parents. So I studied both spirituality within that. I was not getting enough, so I studied Buddhism and moved to Southeast Asia to study so many religions just to see how do we believe and what is belief and what is the truth. And then because of my background in science and in business, I thought also I want the science behind it. I want the real logic behind it. Spirituality is not enough. Whenever I talk to anyone with that, they look me a very, very weird look and like, what are you talking about? Or is this a witchcraft or so on? And I knew there was science behind that. I checked the science. I've been researching this for around 7 years, the science of building belief systems and upgrading your mindset. And since then, I've been making jump after one jump. So I started at 23 years old. I was managing training programs and then being a trainer myself in the Middle East on a regional level, including training royal families within 99% of male dominant sector. I then moved to Indonesia, and I was heading as a director, board member of director of one of very high-level investment companies, where I was connecting investors between Middle East and Southeast Asia and Europe. And 5 years ago, I moved to Europe. I came for studies, and I found my partner, who I was very, 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 very clear what I really want from a partner. And then I decided to be in Germany. So I'm working now also as an investor, and I'm recently a mother. And through also these years, I've been working and volunteering within women empowerment programs. I worked with many international organizations because when I did the real work to find my passion and the true, authentic work I can give, I also thought I want to do this focused work to women. Although in my coaching in the last years, I've been doing one-to-one coaching on a very high level and the high ticket programs. Recently, since I am a mother, I decided I need to spread this and not to be very niche on this very, very, very niche one-to-one coaching. And this is why I'm here. I have some precious knowledge to share with you, which costed me not only time and money, it cost me a life of investment. And I'm very happy to share some of it. So first, I want to go really deeply of the roots, like about a mindset. I'm pretty sure that everyone knows what a mindset, but I want to dig deeper because there is a very complexities about what is a mindset. And as I mentioned, I did a lot of research about what is a mindset. So actually, I would say it's like a pair of glasses. First level, this pair of glasses is like how you perceive everything and how you collected everything. So the first level is, are you aware of this glass or not? So this is the first level of observing that. Are you aware of your mindset or the collection of mindsets that you have or not? Then, are you aware what is this glass? What is made of? How does it feel like? What do you see when you put them on? And the very higher level of that is like, are you aware that you can literally remove this glass and get any glass you want customized to your very, very continuous changing wants and needs? So the scholar work have been saying that mindset is between fixed and growth mindset. I really support, of course, this differentiation, where a fixed mindset that you do believe you cannot develop, everything is fixed, it's more of that everything is already like the qualities and the abilities are within stone that cannot really change, which I do believe no one here have a fixed mindset, because people with fixed mindset would never attend a seminar or a master class for mindset. And a growth mindset is a belief that I can develop, I can improve my abilities with hard work and with an effort with learning. But then comes the expansion mindset. Expansion mindset gets beyond that. So expansion mindset is not only about growth. This is very, very vital to have the tendency to grow, but it is more about growing not necessarily from hard work. I mean, there is work, but it's from an inspired work. It's not only about you, it is a collective growth, where the growth does not only impact you, but impacts the people around you. And yeah, the sky is the limit of how much impact you can do that. So it can stem up from the growth mindset. However, there is no so much focus on hard work. It's about inspiration. It's about having clarity. How many of you have had a goal, and they like you achieved it, and then you were not happy? Please raise your hand if you ever had this big goal and you did all the hard work to be there, and then when you are there, you feel there's more something missing there. Expansion mindset is different, because you are aware there that learning is infinite and growing will be always continuous. However, you have crystal clear clarity of what you really want. So you do the work of clarity first, then you go toward your goals. And with the growth mindset, the clarity of what you really want is really not mentioned in a theory terms. So if you want to think about it, just from a reflection while we're now here. So if you think about any challenge or obstacle that you had recently, and if anyone wants to volunteer and just to share a challenge that you had today, a very tiny within your workday, or a very big regarded challenge, does anyone want to volunteer here?
I'll do it.
Yes, please, thank you.
I have so many challenges, it's so hard to pick one, you know. But my biggest challenge, or one of my biggest challenge, is I'm neurodiverse and a people pleaser, which I'm working on. And I have a severe imposter syndrome, and yeah, it holds me back. but I'm working
Okay.
on it.
So first,
But
about
yeah.
the people pleasing, you're already way on that because you're aware of it. Once you're aware of what you really want to change, then you're already, I can assume 80% on that. So let's go for the second challenge that you have with the imposter syndrome. So how you see when you say I have imposter syndrome, do you see that, how do you respond to it? Do you see like you feel like defeated? Do you feel like, oh, is it something and I have to live with it? Do you have some sort of external factor, like putting the reason why it's coming from external factors? Or do you see this in a curious way? It's like, I have an imposter syndrome. There should be something done. I will not continue with the questions. Please first tell me where you are. You are more on the
very much a bit of both. My imposter syndrome it comes from a childhood of bullying in schools by teachers and that, because I was undiagnosed ADHD, and basically until I was diagnosed a few years ago, I thought I was as thick as a brick. Because I just couldn't do what everyone else did. So that's the one part. So I recognize that it comes from an external factor, but getting over that is a different story. So I tend to, and it goes with the people pleasing too, I guess, is that I have all of the confidence in the world until I put the phone down or put the Zoom down, or, you know, that sort of thing. And then I'm just like completely challenged.
Okay, so
and then I hide.
if we can stop here, please, and we see these patterns in your response. So it goes more on the fix because it has happened. So acknowledging and knowing what really happened, this is one part. And next in the exercise, this will you can really transform this. But just now to our exercise now, just to see where you are. Are you on a growth or a fixed mindset? Thinking like you have a patterns of, for example, that was from your childhood, which definitely you have the aware on it. You worked on yourself to have the awareness from where it's coming from. However, when you are asked about your, or that you're saying that you have imposter syndrome, that's come from all these patterns of external factors. So is this a fixed or a growth mindset?
I'm not sure if I understand your question, but I'm in a growth mindset at the moment because I'm actually working on it quite deeply. And
so yes, definitely. So if you are now going to another pattern of working on it. So I will stop you now here because we will go so much deeper within exactly this example. Thank you very much for sharing this. Just this exercise just to reflect, am I in the fixed or the growth? So if I go to my childhood and if I go to the patterns of all the external factors, I am in the fixed mindset. However, if I go to the pattern of I am working on it, I am going more to the direction of the growth mindset. All right. So developing a growth mindset, it is an ongoing process. There is never a time that is too late to start shifting your beliefs. Science approved that. We have neuroplasticity. If you are above 100 years or you are 6 years old or older or younger, you can always change your mind. So the expansion mindset, the main purpose of it is to bring fulfillment that is triggered from authenticity and authentic clarity about personal visions and missions. I am repeating this because we want to, as the example we said now, and for all your challenges, to go more deep about what you really want. So growth mindset is about first stepping in the growth mindset to grow, and then we step to the expansion mindset and we transform. So it is really about living a real fulfilled life, it's being authentic, true to yourself, have clear purpose, and working within your passion. It's about the relationships surrounding you and the quality of them. It's about the energy that you have and the frequency that you are having from day-to-day basis. And it's literally a jump from one to another. So this is not, I would say it is for everyone, but it's the readiness of it is not for everyone, because it is about continuous work. And today we are focused also about women within this workshop. And I want to say why I always will focus about women. I don't focus about women because I am a woman. I don't focus about women because they are women. One fact is like it's 50% of the population and living and having a very old paradigm of development. And this paradigm has a very root basis of mindset. We have a very playing small paradigm that's happening for the woman. Men have also their own challenges. It's not, there is definitely gender bias, but this is not the purpose here. It's not about anywhere around being a victim. And I will tap on this more clearly now. So, as I said, this playing small paradigm that women are living with, it's a collection of this mindset. And what I wanted to say about a mindset, it is a collection of beliefs. So there is challenging stereotypes. There is so much hardship in standing up to yourself. There is so much problem with confidence. There's the seeking out opportunities. You can tell me more about all what's happening within women development, both in business and out of business, in personal life. But I'm going to share something now. And although it sounds very simple, but it's very, very, very powerful. And it cost me really years and thousands of euros to get it. So please hang with me now. It is a very, very transformative sentence that if you get it, we will go more on the flow of this transformation. And here it goes. There is no reason that you're not expanding, not growing, expanding. There is no reason that you're not expanding and transforming other than your limiting beliefs. There is no reason. So this victim zone, so many people don't, it's hard to swallow that. But it's much easier to stay in a victim zone. And it's much easier to go on an external. I don't underestimate the whole work of personal development on so many work from the past or so many work from social factors, economic factors. All the external factors are important, but we are talking about roots here. The root of transformation is limiting beliefs, and these limiting beliefs are only coming from you. You could have absorbed it from the external environment, but you are the only one who can change them, and you are the only one who can really be aware of them. So if you have any reason of why you have any challenges now, other than your mindset, you cannot grow from there. It would be very, 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 very hard. So I don't want to say impossible, but it will be also not fulfilling if you grow from that. And before jumping and to go more within what I have just mentioned about the limiting beliefs, I want to go through the cycle of belief. What I have told you about, like, how do we really believe? So belief really has a cycle. So first, it comes from a mix of emotions, behaviors, and thoughts, and These comes within outcomes and actions. We are aware that we get external influence. I am recently a mother now. I observe my child so much to see what comes from us and like born with and what's coming from the environment coming. So most of it is coming from the environment. And these, all what is absorbed, which is through thoughts, emotions, do reflect in us in through outcomes. And I'm going to share another very, very, very powerful, yet looks simple, but very powerful. If you really, really reflect on that, you will never, ever, ever, ever have to struggle. So here is it. You do believe by repetition. Whatever you repeat through thoughts, through emotions and actions, you make a belief of it. Whatever you believe, you build a mindset from it. Whichever mindset you have, it brings your reality. So this cycle has been known forever. But the fact is that the repetition, this is why so many people say it's affirmations. I will also now through the exercise go why some work or not. We say, okay, but I do repeat every day. I am happy, everything working out for me. Everything is really going on the flow that I want, but nothing is happening. Because it's, again, there is so many work on the conscious, on the subconscious, and how to go. And I will repeat again the same sentence. There is no reason that you're not expanding or transforming other than your limiting beliefs. So we need repetition to believe. So most of the coaches and personal development program, what they do, you go to your past because we have a collected beliefs and you need to clear up that. And this is a very, very, very long, hard process. And it takes forever. How many? Imagine if you are, I don't know, if you are 40, 30, 50, 20, do you need to go through 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years to let's say, clean your beliefs, upgrade your beliefs? That's real hard work. And it takes forever and it's painful. And we do live in an era of speed, of getting things very, very, very quickly. And this is what I'm going to share with you today. I want to share with you a very quick technique that you can change your beliefs, transform your mindset without having to go through all the pain, all the transformation. I mean, all the transformation from the past. So this technique is a collection from both spirituality and science. It worked with me, it worked with all my clients, it worked with my family, with my friends. It needs only commitment that you, or more precisely than commitment, it needs really wanting that. You cannot believe how many people say they want to grow or expand or transform, but they really don't want to. So you really want, have this deep want that, yes, I want to transform it. Otherwise, getting comfortable, so many say that don't get so comfortable, but if you're happy, comfortable, so the indicator here is your emotions. If you're not fulfilled, if you're not happy, that's your indicator. If you're feeling it's okay, I am good where I am, I don't want to just compare, whoever people around me can do whatever they want, I am comfortable. If it's really coming authentically, this is not a reason to expand. But if you are feeling there is an urge burning you out, like I need to do something to grow, I need to do something to expand, you will definitely have the commitment, and it's not hard work. So we will start with this exercise, and it needs really authenticity. It needs really honesty. You need to be honest with yourself. If you're not honest with yourself, it will not work. So you need to be honest with yourself. We can also work with one volunteer. So if anyone wants to volunteer, please make sure that you are comfortable to share your opinion and to share very honest statements about yourself. We will not, as I said, we will not go so deep in the past. And the metaphor from this, so we use all computers or even emails. Let me start with the computer. It is about, if I have a computer where a software that is really slow, I can stay repairing this software for weeks or months, or I can install a new software and that's it. Same with, how many of you had your email full, like really full, and you cannot get over with with the emails, you just want to organize that? How would you feel if you make a new email having a focus where you want to go? It's a new direction, it's a new pathway. Do you feel like, oh, I am leaving the past? Or you just jump in a new focus? So this is it. So if we have to do the work from cleaning up, from since we are born to this day, it works, but it needs another life for it. And this is really old paradigm of shifting. So this way we use first reframing, we use cognitive restructuring, and we use honesty, like real honesty. So this technique is called why not to what it takes. I hope you have a pen or paper or your laptop or your phone to just take some notes. And I believe it's also recorded, but just to either think about the questions or write them down. So is there here any volunteer who like that we can do this exercise together?
Come on, let's get a volunteer up. Otherwise, you won't be a volunteer, you'll be voluntold. I'll choose you instead of you choosing yourself. Anyone brave enough to jump up today?
Sure. Oh,
Wonderful. Who's that there?
I'm one of
Go,
them.
Eleanor.
Eleanor.
I'm one of
Excellent,
them. There
Eleanor.
are, I think, 3 people had volunteered.
Oh, fantastic. Well, let's go with Eleanor, as I heard her voice first.
Okay, Eleanor. Thank you for volunteering. First, are you clear of what is the next step of, or what is really what you really want next in your life?
So. Yes, I think so.
Can you please say it out loud?
Sure. So one of the things that I help clients do is help them see themselves more clearly so others will too. And I do that through a framework that's called the 5P method to master LinkedIn. But the first 2 parts, it's about your purpose. And the second part is turning that into your brand story for your LinkedIn profile. And so interestingly, what clients are saying to me is that understanding how to use LinkedIn is really just the icing on the cake, but the value is what they are receiving about what they're learning about themselves. And when they learn this about themselves, they step into that new story. And it's remarkable to see that they, what clients will say, one in particular I'll mention, she said, my network started growing daily, not weekly. People started seeing me as a global citizen, which she is, with speaking 5 languages, having worked and traveled on 5 different continents. She started having collaborations, people wanting to do business, being nominated for awards and winning them. And so it's really so remarkable to see she said, you know, I cried to see how you saw me when I wrote her profile. And I said, it's not how I see you, it's who you really are. And so what I really want to do is to be able to help more people see themselves more clearly, so others will too, and they can step into who they are meant to be in the world, I guess. But at the same time, it's interesting because perhaps my limiting belief is, having been raised as the youngest of 6 children, my father died in a car accident when I was 4, the eldest was 6. And I was raised by 6 parents, not just the one remaining, because my 5 siblings decided that they would parent me as well. So I saw them in such a beautiful light, high achievers, but I dimmed my own light. But I see the light in others. It's what I look for, and I'm able to articulate that for them. So it's what I want to do. But at the same time, writing those profiles takes a lot because I need to become them. And it slows down my process of coaching. So if I were only to coach rather than to write, I could have greater impact. But it seems the writing is what really helps these people step into who they are. So that's my
that's really a wonderful want, and it is also fits in with what we're talking about, expansion. It's not only expanding you, also people around you. And you actually answered the question, which is the next question what I wanted to ask you. So this is why it's called why not. It's like the why not. So you indicated your limiting belief because that you were raised by 6 parents and you're aware of that. So this is your why not. So the first is when you have clarity about your why not, just before going there. If you don't have clarity about the why not, it's very, very easy. You just sit very true to yourself. You do not think. You say your want. This is my want, just like Eleanor just mentioned. And you speak to your mind in a very, very logical way. You just ask, why not? And let everything, do not judge, do not do anything, just let it flow what is coming. And it would be very, very more effective if you are more relaxed when you're doing this exercise. If you do a couple of breathing exercises before, that you are not distracted, it takes not more than 10 minutes maximum just to sit. This is one of the hugest investments you can do to yourself, this 10 minutes of sitting and saying why not. And you will be amazed that every time wherever in which stage you are, your next growth expansion stage needs a why not. But here Eleanor just already shared with us a why not. So first, with these why nots, there are 2 situations: getting rid of and reframing. The first part of getting rid of. Intentions are extremely powerful. The mind, when you make an intention, it makes a huge transformation. So if you make an intention from the heart that I am letting go of this limiting belief, I am not a victim. Why? Because victims are in the fixed mindset. I am in the growth mindset. If I am a victim, I am in a fixed mindset, but I am someone who likes to grow. So I am out of victim zone now. It happened to me. It's true. It's 100% true. It is real, but not for the identity of the identity of the growth. It's for the identity of the victim. So the first part is clearing up the energy. It also takes minutes, but it changed forever. Once you make the intention, and I want everyone now, if you're aware of your limiting belief, or just calling them limiting beliefs, you see now they are not a limiting belief. But let's say there, if you're aware of your limiting belief, I want you either out loud say if you are capable of, or in your mind that I make the intention to let go of, and you say your limiting belief. If you say it out loud, it will be more powerful. If you say it in your mind for the moment, it's okay, but you have to really say it out loud. The second part is the cognitive restructuring. And I will ask Eleanor, how can you, and I don't believe in toxic positivity or seeing things we want to be really logical, like fully logical, no emotions even. How can you be fully logical and just tell me, how can you see this, what you told me that you've been raised up by multiple parents? I'm not saying positive, but just different. How can you see this different?
Thank you, because I see I can reframe this as how fortunate I was to have had so many great role models within my home for what a leader can be, what somebody who wants to accomplish great things can be. And each of those people excelled in something different. And I wanted to be everything that they were, so I tried everything that they did. And so that makes me a person who's willing to try, and a person who is willing to step out of a comfort zone and to try new things, but also somebody who can find joy in what other people do, as I try to find out, or as I have been finding out what I am the best at, because I became the family storyteller, became the family memory keeper, because I absorbed all of those stories that they would tell. And so now they rely on me for that family memory.
That's again beautiful. Eleanor, am I hearing that you are thankful for this experience? So you are really thankful for this experience, and you are being authentic 100% to yourself. You're not misleading emotions, or you're truly thankful. And this part of every situation in life have this parts that are hidden in our mind that need to be activated. That it has a difference. It's not seeing like they say in the French, la vie en rose, like not hiding of problems which are in reality are not problems. It's just reframing. It's just the glass that we talked about. It's just knowing, oh, I have a glass. Oh, it feels like this. Oh, I don't like this. Oh, I can remove it. Oh, I can choose another glass. Oh, I can put that. And all that is real. So, Eleanor, there is a second why not. It is the most powerful why not. As you see now, this is not a limiting belief. This is actually something to really be thankful for. It's a gift that was gifted in your life. Since that was or has been a gift for you, why not that you can work with more clients on clarity? Why not on more clarity? Why not you're not reaching there? What comes next?
Well, that is a really good question, because I think I get bogged down in details and probably need help to work through some of those administrative things, so I can work more in my area of genius, I guess.
Really wonderful. And this is the name of the exercise. Why not to what it takes? Now you are in what it takes. Here comes the action, and it comes directly. So I will ask you what it takes to do that. What it takes to get someone to help you. What it takes to get these things going in the flow.
It's so interesting, because I think, and I don't know if others on the call are like this, but I think it's that I feel I need to get to a certain point in my business in terms of revenue where I could bring on somebody to do that work, or to help in that regard. I do have other collaborators that I work with and who I pay to do certain things. And I'm not sure yet why I haven't collaborated or brought on somebody to help with that aspect. I think the reason is because when I bring on other collaborators, it's I can charge for the work that they are doing, whereas this is work that a client isn't going to pay for, but I need to be paying for that, so that I can be more effective and do more work more quickly.
Great. So you have 2 action plans from that. That's really great. So now you're clear what you have to do. The first thing is to open your mind, the curiosity. This is expansion mind. What other options that can get you what you want other than that? What other options that you can have, but that you don't have to pay for it in this way? What other options that can get things done now, but you don't have your buts? This is the first thing. The second thing, this is crucial. You need to give yourself a deadline, and a very soon deadline. When next you will take action for this? You need to tell us, Eleanor, when next you will just have a conversation, just send a message, maybe find a volunteer. There are unlimited options, but you need to give yourself a precise deadline, because if you're working with someone else and there's a deadline, you would not miss it. But I'm not saying you're missing your deadlines, but we're not taught to give ourselves deadlines, especially as entrepreneur or when you have your own business. So I want you to give yourself now a deadline of taking action, having these conversations, and just open the options of what is possible. Just open up the options of through research, through asking connections, because you will find your way, 100%, I guarantee you. But it's about taking the action to do that. And when you will take an action, can you give us a deadline for that?
I will say by the end of April,
Okay.
well, actually within a week, I will have a conversation, because part of it is finding the right fit. So I'll have a conversation on Saturday with one person, and there's another person who I know I can have a conversation with by around the 27th of April. And so hopefully I'll have a plan by the beginning of May in place.
That's wonderful again. And I have to ask you, do you think now that you would not be able to have more clarity on a larger number with other people or not?
I think that will make a big difference.
If there's an if, that's great.
Oh,
this is where
yes.
you do the more work. If there is an if, you do the whole process again, the why not and what it takes. Then you have an action plan. You have an action plan, and this will be guaranteed you will be going on. And the last step of that is what we talked the whole seminar is repetition. Repetition make the beliefs. Beliefs make the mindset. The mindsets make our reality. You need to repeat this. You need to hang it. I don't know. There is no one good way. Everyone are different. Some people like to hang papers in the shower. Some people like to hang papers in their working room. Some people like reminders on their phone. Some people like to talk every day with their partners. Some people like to talk it with yourself, brushing your teeth. I don't care how you will repeat that, but you need to like mix it or put it within something you do daily, very much daily, or somewhere you look at daily. It needs repetition. Science says we need 21 days to make a belief. I would say make a month, make 2 months. If it takes 2 months to get in the reality that you want, why not? And this is the worst scenario. This is much shorter than years of going in the victim zone and just cleaning and putting and all this. So the first of this is having the intention to letting go the victim zone, all the external influences. I'm taking full responsibility on that. I'm not a fixed mindset. I am a growth mindset. Then doing the reframing through the why not to what it takes. And I will share, or actually, I think, Sydney, with the time, maybe we can open the floor for Q&A.
Absolutely,
Thank you very
absolutely.
much.
Thank you so much, Eleanor. And just to pick up really quickly on that process, I thought it was really powerful. And one thing that came up for me, Eleanor, is when you were talking about your challenge. It was a challenge I've heard so many times speaking to women entrepreneurs. And my thing is also always, you know, partnerships and automation. Those are two really, really useful solutions to how do I grow without necessarily being able to justify the financial resources I'll have to invest to grow. So that might be an event within itself. But I'm going to put a link to our membership in the chat box. There's a 2-week free trial. So please, anybody who's not a member, become a member, and you will find women from all over the world who are facing the same challenges or offering the kind of services or solutions to your challenges. So please do jump in. Really, really powerful session, Bizan. Thank you so, so much. Just move back over here. Absolutely brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And I'm sure that we'll have a few different questions or comments from different people. So one of our very best men on the planet, Joel, has his hand up. I think he's clapping. So we're going to bring Joel on for a question or a comment. There we go.
Thank you. I'm always so privileged to be in this position. And when I explain to people I'm part of a women's network, they sort of scratch their head. I've been thinking and reflecting, why am I here and what has influenced me? And going back over the last 3 months and then the last 30 odd years, and the impact that female has actually had on me is why I'm here and why I feel comfortable with that. But my comment really is about you mentioned energy and frequency, I think, and I was trying to kind of process that as you were sort of talking, and I didn't quite get it. And I just wondered if you could just speak to that a little bit more. I mean, maybe it's crystal clear to everybody else, but for me, but thank you so much, Bizan. I mean, that was just wonderful altogether, what you've been saying. It's just terrific.
Yeah, and thank you a lot for the question. It's a very, also a huge topic, but I can answer a very short answer for that, which always help me to be in a good energy or a high energy. One of the most indicators, and one thing that we can always repeat to ourselves, is very, 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 very simple. How do I feel? This helps so much in the energy. Feelings are energy. I literally have it now with my baby son. So when I feel some sort of resentment within me, I can see it without talking, with smiling, with anything. I can feel that he senses it, because babies sense energies. And we all humans do that, but when we are grown up, we forget this. So feelings are I would not say the basis of energy, but are the basis of an indicator of energy. So if you end your day or you start your day of how I feel, and if I meet someone who's a really, really, really close friend, and every time I don't feel good, that's, even though this is the best person in my life, that's not a high frequency, not because they are bad or I am. Here it comes the frequency. If I am working on something, I don't mean every time, of course, work takes energy, but what emotions I am putting within that. So having this awareness of emotion, having emotional intelligence helps so much in regulating frequency. And then again, it's repetition. If you repeat so much, many emotions, they become your constant energy. And you can always shift that. You can shift slowly. And there is an energy, a frequency levels of emotions. And you can shift from one. It's very important to know them first, and then to be aware where you are in them, and then alter them. Mm-hmm. With the steps on that. I hope this is what you actually looking for in terms of regulating that, but not what real frequencies are.
No, I understand that. No, thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
And thank you, Joel. Thank you, Joel. For once, we're in the same country.
I know,
Amazing.
amazing.
It's amazing. But speaking of people in a different country, we have one of the Wintrade Global awardees online, an incredible woman. So can I put her on the spot and potentially, I hope, not embarrass her, and just put you on the spotlight, Renee? Would you mind? Hello, hello, Renee. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Can you guys hear me?
We hear you. We hear
Oh,
you.
good. It
We
is
just
such a
missed
great way to
each
start
other.
it's a
We
great way
just
to
missed
start the
each
day.
other. You've just left London. I've just come. I'm sure you'll agree with me. It was an absolutely wonderfully eye-opening process, right? That Faizan gave to us just now.
It was, and for someone so young, it's heartwarming, and that you're not only having this knowledge, you're sharing it with a full force. And I mean, I feel your energy just when you're speaking. It comes through on Zoom. It's super powerful.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you. And perhaps you guys will be able to connect on our platform and share, because I promise you, Faizan, Renee is also someone who completely helps to change my mindset every time I have a conversation with her. So thank you so much for being online, Renee. Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
I do have another question, or a question.
Yes, please.
It's okay. I'm curious, Bizan, in terms of leadership, how this knowledge that you have and putting it into practice, how that helps a person not only become more of a leader of their own life, but a leader who others see themselves in, or who influences others, I guess, in a positive direction.
Yes, Eleanor. Also, leadership is a very, very broad topic. There's so many angles within that. What I can add from our conversation today, it's about the expansion. It has so much to shift, even from the growth, from the focus of own goals to a collaborative goals. This helps so much in the leadership. When you go with your work on your clarity, it's very important to put it on the ego level. Is very important, very, 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 very important. You cannot move forward without that. But then you step on another level, coming authentically with this clarity of what you want, and again, reminding yourself with it. And again, it's for the question from Joelle, it's also the energy. So I can speak with the best words, with the nice smiles to people, even on digital platforms. It's the energy I deal with people. Energy are very, very, very powerful. And it is also pure science. I would not even say science facts, because it's not only theories, how our energies do impact others. So in a leadership, if you are leading a team, you need to know, what mindset do I have about that? Who I am with the hat of a leader, who I am with the identity with a leader, what I am, what is my goal, what is our goal, and which energy I'm contributing to that, what is my intention. And this reflection questions help so much, and because leadership have been so much shifting now since it begun, and it's about this collaboration, but authentic collaboration, not because collaboration is so sexy. No, it is because you really, really want to collaborate and add something.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Bisan. You know, we've had a really almost very intensive hour of training and engagement. I hope you've all found it really interesting. Before we start to wind up, are there any more questions, comments that you want to share with the others? Anybody online? Don't be shy. You've all been incredibly shy today. It's not the usual me.
Really? Have we all
Which
been shy?
they've been, well, you haven't. You're never
Of
shy.
course.
But
No, I'm not. I wanted to say,
Mhm.
if I can, because I've got to pop off. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Is it
Bizan.
Bezan or Bizan?
Bisan.
Bizan, okay, because it's always important to speak someone's name in the right way,
Thank
because
you.
it's the best word you can ever hear, right?
Mhm.
I just wanted to say that I'm so impressed with you. I think you are fabulous. And I think that, yeah, I definitely, you know, it's come at the right time, because I am going through this growth process. And I just want to thank you so much for sharing with us. And also your accent is beautiful. You come across really, really well. And I just want to say you present very well. And I don't know if you were nervous, but you didn't look nervous. And so, yeah, just kudos. Well done.
Thank
Well
you very
done.
much, Nikki.
You're
I was
welcome.
in a seminar where they put so much effort to tell people, when other people give you like real nice statements, just say thank you and not say something else. But this is hard now. Really. So I always say it's always what we absorb. We see other people with our own eyes and minds,
Mhm.
and this is a reflection of us. So thank you for seeing me like this.
Well, I'm quite happy to be a reflection of you today. So that's great.
Thank you so much, Nikki. Thanks for that.
No worries.
Well, listen, I also just want to, I know Sydney has acknowledged a couple of people already, but I've just got to say, I think it's about a month. In fact, it's exactly a month on since the Wind Trade Global Summit in London. We spent 3 incredible days, and I know there were at least 3 or 4 people here who turned up, but you know, online, but I mean, there were many more that turned up, and it was so amazing just to touch and feel and hug you all, because we've been talking online for 2 years, and then to suddenly see you in the flesh, it was amazing. So thank you for those of you who came from abroad and made the effort to come to London. Hello, Tamara. She's coming on camera just as we're getting ready to shut down. But thank you so much for joining us. For those of you who have not yet experienced a Wind Trade Global Summit, I hope you will come to next year's. We're going to start. We've been invited back to the London Stock Exchange. They loved us so much. They want us to go there again. We've been invited back to Lloyd's of London, and we've got a couple of other sponsors who are already wanting to be part of our event next year. So Sabina, thank you too. It was amazing to see you and meet you in person. Did you enjoy the summit?
Yeah, thank you very much. I don't think I've ever attended a summit that was just so inspiring. I came back buzzing. Oh, you got to do it again because my buzz is stopping.
Very good. Joel, what was your experience at the summit?
Oh, I mean, seeing, touching and being close to, hugging 10 different Wind Trade Global members, 10, I counted it in my head. And that was just awesome. And being invited to Egypt with one of our newest.
You got an invite that I didn't get. I think it was it Amira? She's
Amira.
Yeah, she was one of our Wind Trade Global Summit when we did it online. So it was great to see her turn up there as well as Mary, the other one of our other. Oh, there were so many. It was wonderful. And Renee, thank you for traveling, and Ruby, but she's not here, and Susie. There were so many. So thank you all very much. That was just a taste of what happens in the room when wind traders get together. So I hope more of you will join us for one of our next events. We will have a couple of live events before next year's summit, but the summit was amazing.
And maybe we can have Bizan next year talking at the London Stock Exchange.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, I was just about to say, I hope Bizan will also join us. But we're going to be doing it all over again. But in the meantime, we will be having more of our monthly events. I'm just waiting for a couple of things to be confirmed, and then I'll tell you about some things that we're doing with HSBC, who want to host us in person, maybe for at least 3 events, which will be great. I'm talking to Lloyd's, who want to host. I mean, there's lots of things happening. So stay in touch. As I said, if you're not yet a member, as Sid said, if you're not yet a member, please do join us. We've just put up a poll because I want to know more about where you heard about this, So if we can give you a couple of seconds just to tell us whether you heard about this or registered for this from LinkedIn, via email, Facebook, or Instagram. It just helps us a bit more with our marketing. That would be amazing. So
I'm sorry, I closed it. I closed it by accident.
Oh, well, fine.
Can you
That's
post it
fine.
again?
So people
Are
can
you
still
able
just
to?
give us a little bit of an indication of how they heard this. Did you hear through LinkedIn, through email, Facebook, or Instagram? That would be great.
All of the above. Also,
Are you getting any
you guys are
responses,
welcome to
Betsy?
come to Dubai, by the way, and have an event.
55% through email and 45% through LinkedIn.
Oh, nothing on Instagram or Facebook. Okay, that's a good indication. So our email lists are really good. There you go. There you go. All right. Well, listen, we've kept you long enough. And unless you want to make comments or questions, any more questions for Bisan, we can stay on for about another, 9 or 10 minutes. Otherwise, we're happy for you guys to get on with the rest of your day.
And I think actually the last comment should be, we should all unmute and give Bisan
a round of
amazing
applause.
round of applause, because she was fantastic. So let's unmute, let's make some noise.
Make some noise for Bisan.
Thank you, my darling, that was amazing.
Thank you so much, Bisan.
And I'm guessing that we will be sending a link or an invitation of some sort.
Absolutely. Bisan will be in our Heartbeat platform. I'm assuming it's okay, Bisan, if anybody wants to contact you on our platform with any questions or comments, they can go ahead and do so.
Yes. Thank you very much. Thank
Right,
you.
I couldn't hear her, but I think she said yes. Okay.
Yes, she did.
Absolutely. Wonderful.
All right.
Sweet,
Well, with
Betsy.
that, I'll say thank you for joining us. Watch out for the next online event. And in the meantime, we're here if you want to talk, if you want to connect. I don't know if Sally's got my Once Hub. If anybody wants to, or I'll put it in the Heartbeat. If anybody wants to book some time with me, I'm available. I will be available, but not a huge amount of time, but I will be available until we start getting busy again. So I think my Once Hub will be in
your Heartbeat.
In the Heartbeat. Yeah, in my Heartbeat profile. So head over there if you want to connect, please do. Thank you, Bari. Good. Even though we haven't seen you in person, nice to know you're still here. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, there you are. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. And I look forward to hearing from you and seeing you on our next event. Take care for now.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Bisan.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye for now.